Dear friends, let us solve one more problem on Bode plot. The given question is the open loop transfer function of a unity feedback system, that means Hs is equal to 1. Unity feedback system is given by Gs. Hs is not written. Why? Because it is a unity feedback system. That is why only Gs is written. So don't be under any misinterpretation that the question given is wrong, because when it is mentioned unity feedback system, then Hs is nothing but unity. 1 into Gs will obviously be Gs only. So open loop transfer function remains Gs Hs. Gs into unity feedback system means Hs is 1. So Gs into 1. So therefore Gs will be equal to, the given question is k divided by s into k divided by s into 1 plus 0.025 s into 1 plus 0.04. Yes, this is what is the given question. And what is given over there is, if k is set such that, the extension part of the question is, if k is set such that the phase margin is 45 degrees, then obviously what is the new gain margin? That will be the question asked. Now start solving. Find the data, the analytics for drawing the magnitude versus frequency as well as phase angle versus frequency plot. Now what is the first step? Just keep running, because one problem is already solved. So let us try to run as quick as possible. So here for this particular problem, first let us say the standard form. Let k is equal to 1. Let k is equal to 1. Assume k is equal to 1. So therefore the given transfer function becomes Gs is equal to 1 divided by s into 1 plus 0.025 s into 1 plus 0.04 s. K should always be assumed to be 1 if it is not given by any specific value. Then Gs is equal to 1 by s into 1 plus 0.025 s into 1 plus 0.04 s. This is what is the transfer function given to us now. Now what is the standard form? Standard form is nothing but Gs Hs is equal to k divided by s can be s power n into 1 plus s into st into 1 plus st. This is the standard form. I am just writing the standard form which is matching the given transfer function. Okay. So therefore, as you can see over here, it is already in the standard form. We need not derive the given transfer function into the standard form. Now the next factor is to find the corner frequencies. So corner frequencies are to be found, that is omega c. Omega c is to be found out. Omega c. Now for how many factors are there? Apart from this, there are only 2 factors for which the corner frequency can be found out. Why? Because for s power n factor there will be no corner frequency. So only for 1 plus st and 1 plus st factors you will be finding the corner frequencies. So for this factor 1 plus 0.025 s factor, the corner frequency is equal to 1, omega c is equal to 1 by t, that is equal to 1 by t. T is what? 0.025, because st, see, t is 0.025, 1 divided by 0.025. How much it will come? It will come to about 40 radians per second. Then another factor is there, 1 plus st, 1 plus 0.04 s. So for 1 plus 0.04 s factor, omega c is equal to 1 by t, t is 0.04. So it will be 25 radians per second. This will be the corner frequency, 2 corner frequencies. Now as per the regulation, the lowest corner frequency should be written as omega c1, first corner frequency. Here among these two, there are 2 corner frequencies. Among these two, 25 radians per second is the lowest corner frequency. We accord that as omega c1. Therefore the reference t as t1. So this will become t1 then. Then The next or the highest corner frequency that we have got is 40 radians per second. So therefore, this we will be rating it as omega C2 and T as T2 and here as T2. These are the changes that we can bring about. Then once we have found out the corner frequencies, the next task for us is to find out the starting point. Starting point, okay, SP. Now consider, I will consider this equation, this part 1 by S of the given transfer function. Consider 1 by S in the given, in the OLTF 1 by S. Okay. Now SP will be equal to 20 log to the base 10 divided by 1 by omega, 1 by omega, because S can be written as j omega. Magnitude of a transfer function is given by j omega. S can be written as j omega plus 0 can be written, right? J omega can be written as j omega plus 0, where 0 will be the real part and omega will be the imaginary part. Since 0, that is why it is written as omega itself in the denominator. Okay. So 1 by S can be written as 1 by omega. Now you need to assume the starting frequency again. Assume the starting frequency just like in the previous problem. Assume the starting frequency such that the starting point comes positive so many decibels. This is what is the requirement. Now assume the starting frequency omega is equal to, again let us see 0.1 radians per second if it works out for us. If we find out 0.1 radians per second, then if we apply the same in the finding the starting point, 20 log to the base 10 divided by 1 by 0.1. This is what we are going to get, and therefore this can be written as 20 log 1 to the base 10 minus 20 log 0.1 to the base 10. What we get over here, 20 log 1 to the base 10 is 0 and 20 log 0.1 to the base 10 is 1, and therefore minus 20, this is what we are going to get over here, because of which what we will get 20 decibels. Remember, this is 20 decibels. It should not be written as 20 decibels per decade. This is not a slope. This is the starting point that we have to mark on the y-axis of the magnitude versus frequency plot. Y-axis will be magnitude in terms of decibels. That is where the starting point must be marked. That is why 20 decibels. This is what has been written over here. Once we have found out this, all this is to draw the magnitude plot. All this analytics is for drawing the magnitude plot. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to write the table. What the table that comprises of factor, then corner frequency, then individual slope, contribution, then combined, or what we can say is cumulative slope contributions. Okay. Now this will be in terms of decibels, sorry, radians per second. This will be in terms of decibels per decade. Okay, right. Now, what is the first factor you must write? See, constant k is ruled out because you have calculated the starting point over here. That means to say, the magnitude plot for the constant k or 1 what we have written over here, it will be a straight line parallel to the x-axis and it will be coming and meeting till the 20 decibels on the y-axis. So, that is why the magnitude plot to be written for the constant k or 1 will be ruled out. So, therefore, we will start with S factor that is present over here. So, yes, it is present in the denominator. So, minus will be its power and its power is 1. So, 1. It will have no corner frequency. Then you write the corner frequencies first. See, in the ascending order, the smallest one is 25 radians per second and the highest one later is 40 radians per second. Then 25 radians per second is for which factor? 1 plus 0.04, yes, 1 plus 0.04, yes. And since it is present in the denominator, it will be minus, see, it is denominator and its power is 1, so minus 1. Like that, even for this 40 radians per second, this is for the factor 1 plus 0.025, yes. It is also present in the denominator, so minus, its power is also 1, so minus 1. What will be the individual slope contribution? See, S to the power 1. So, as soon as to the power 1 comes, 20 decibels per decade will be the slope contribution. And since it is present in the denominator, so negative sign, so it will be minus 20 decibels per decade. That means the magnitude contribution for the factor S will be a slope, negative slope, it will be going down. Then cumulative slope contribution will be a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade from 0.1 radians per second is the starting frequency till 25 radians per second, the next corner frequency. Fine. Then for the next factor, again see, S is present in the power of S is 1. The factor power is also 1. 1 into 1 is 1. So, as long as the power is 1, it will be 20 decibels per decade. The individual slope contribution will be 20 decibels per decade. And since again it is in the denominator, so negative sign, minus 20 decibels per decade. And similarly here also let us write here, see, the power of S is 1, the factor power is also 1, so 20 decibels per decade will be the slope, individual slope contribution, and then it is also present in the denominator, so negative sign, so minus 20 decibels per decade. Then for this factor, the cumulative slope contribution will be a line of slope minus 20, minus 20, minus 40, minus 40 decibels per decade from the corner frequency 25 radians per second till next corner frequency 40 radians per second. Then for this factor, it will again be a line of slope minus 40, minus 20. See, minus 20 is here, minus 40 was already there. So, it will be minus 60 decibels per decade from 40 radians per second till infinity. This will be the cumulative slope contributions. Okay. This table gives me the analytics to draw the magnitude versus frequency plot. Okay. Next part is meant for to draw the phase angle plot. To make that happen, first you need to write the equation, phase angle equation. So, the phase angle equation for the given transfer function is, see, first for the numerator term, since 1 is there, for a constant the phase angle will be 0. This we have worked enough examples on it, starting from the polar plots, then Nyquist plot, and then again we have dragged that into the Bode plots. So, for a constant the phase angle will be 0. Then any other term in the numerator? No. In the denominator we are having S factor. So, for a S factor it can be written as j omega, it can be written as j omega plus 0 as the complex term, and phase angle for that will be tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. So, tan inverse of omega by 0. So, anything by 0 is infinity, 0 by anything is 0. So, therefore, omega by 0 means it will be infinity. So, tan inverse of infinity will be 90 degrees. So, for this the phase angle will be 90 degrees, and since this is in the denominator, it will be minus 90 degrees. Then again in the denominator 2 more terms are there. So, minus tan inverse of, for this the phase angle will be tan inverse of 0.025 omega by 1, it will be 0.025 omega only, minus tan inverse of, for this term it will be 0.04 omega by 1 real part, it will be 0.04 omega only. With this equation, I will have to draw the table where omega and phase angle. Now, let us try to find the various values of phase angle for different values of omega. We will have to start with the starting frequency that we assumed. We assumed the starting frequency in the magnitude versus frequency plot as 0.1 radians per second. So, we will have to start with the same frequency to begin with, even to calculate the phase angle for various values of omega. So, at 0.1 SP represents the starting point, starting frequency. So, the phase angle we found out was 90.27. Obviously, it is above minus 180 degree line, that is what we wanted. And then we went on to assume several values of omega, and we found out the respective phase angles also, and we stopped at a point where we found that the phase angle was going down below minus 180 degree line, such as minus 182, minus 185, minus 193. That means to say that the phase angle is going to go down, intersect minus 180 degree line, and it is going to go down further. So, there where we stopped. Let us try to draw the magnitude versus frequency as well as phase angle versus frequency and complete the Bode attenuation diagrams. So, here the starting point, as we have assumed, it is 20 decibels. So, that means to say the uppermost limit where the magnitude plot is to be started, that is 20 decibels. So, you can start from 20 decibels itself over here. Let us try to write 40, right, 40, then 20, 0, minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 80, as it is, you can continue. So, starting from 40, then 0 decibel line, it should be drawn, it should be considered as the reference line. Why? Because when we draw the magnitude versus frequency plot, the point where the magnitude plot intersects the 0 decibel line, that point is called gain crossover point, and the frequency at which it exists, it is called gain crossover frequency. Now, the starting point what we have got over there is At 0.1 radians per second, the x-axis remains to start from 0.1 radians per second. This is called 1 decade from here till here. So the value that we write over here, it will be 10 times the value that we write in the beginning. And then from here, the value that we write here, that will be 10 times the value that we begin this particular part. The value that we write over here, it will be 10 times the value that we start for this particular block. That is why it is called a decade. And then slope, I have already mentioned, it is the ratio of y by x, and if we just try to say a slope, a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade, it means to say along the y-axis on the downside, if the line goes downside, then it is said to have a negative slope like this. If the line is going to go upwards, then it is going to have a positive slope. Since here negative slopes are what are required over there, so the lines will have to go down. That is number one. In that sequence, the distance measured along y-axis and the distance measured along x-axis, the ratio of that y-axis and x-axis, that is going to give you the actual slope. If you try to say, if you draw a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade, that means to say on the downside it should measure minus 20 decibels, 20 decibels, and along x-axis it should be 1 decade. Then it becomes the line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade. If along y-axis on the downside, if it is measuring 40 decibels, then it is minus 40 decibels. And if the span of length along x-axis, if it is 1 decade, then the line will be of the slope minus 40 decibels per decade. Now, we are starting from 20 decibels along the y-axis as the starting point at 0.1 radians per second. So, I have marked the starting point 20 decibels. It is not per decade, it is along y-axis. Okay. Then we come over here for the factor s power minus 1, a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade from 0.1 radians per second till 25 radians. So 25 is somewhere here, and a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade. This line is with a slope of minus 20 decibels per decade. So from here I have to draw a line of slope which is parallel. I have to draw a line which is parallel to this line, then it will become a line of slope minus 20 decibels per decade. So I will draw the line over here. (20) 25 comes somewhere here, till here the line has to be drawn. Then for this factor, a line of slope minus 40 decibels per decade. So from this point I need to draw a line which is parallel to this line. That means it will have a slope of minus 40 decibels per decade. Till when? Till 40 decibels, till 40 radians per second. So 40 radians is here, so till here. Then for this factor, a line of slope minus 60 decibels per decade till infinity. So from here I have to draw a line parallel to this line so that it can have a slope of minus 60 decibels per decade like this. And how long it should go? It just keeps going till infinity. Then I can just wipe off the extensions for the magnitude plots easily. My magnitude plot is over now. Then where is it crossing the 0 decibel line? It is crossing the 0 decibel line over here, exactly at 1 radians per second. So this is called GCF or omega G, and this is called gain crossover point. Then now in the bottom part you have to draw the phase angle versus frequency plot. So it should be starting, okay, just like the previous one, we'll start over here, 0 degree, minus 45, minus 90, minus 135, minus 180, minus 225, minus 315, minus 270, minus 315 as such, if we just go. And we have to write this as minus 180 degree as the reference line. Why? Because the point where the phase angle plot crosses the minus 180 degree line is called the phase crossover point. The frequency at which it exists, it is called phase crossover frequency. To find out the gain margin, finding of the phase crossover point is very essential. That is why minus 180 degree line is called reference line. Now start marking the phase angle for various frequencies. Starting from point 1, it is minus 90. At 1, it is 93, 1 radians per second. At 10 radians per second, it is minus 125. 10 is here, minus 125. Sorry. It will be somewhere here. Then at 15, it is minus 141. At 15, it is minus 141. At 25 radians per second, it is 167. 25 radians per second, it is 167. Then at 30 radians per second, it is 177, almost 180. Then at 33, it is 182. 33, it is 182. At 35, it is minus 185. At 40, it is minus 193. This is how it got. Now, once you see the points that are over here, and if you connect all these points with the help of a smooth curve, you will find that the magnitude phase angle plot is crossing the minus 180 degree line and moving down. Considering that, if we join all these points with the help of smooth curve, then go on till infinity, then you will see that you have got phase crossover point. The frequency will be phase crossover frequency. Okay. Now, the point where the vertical line drawn from gain crossover point meets the phase angle plot, from there till the minus 180 degree line, what you have got is called phase margin. And from the phase crossover point, draw a vertical line onto the magnitude plot, the point where it meets the magnitude plot till the 0 decibel line, it is called gain margin. And if the gain margin is found below 0 decibel line, it is called positive gain margin. And if the phase margin is found above minus 180 degree line, it is positive phase margin, positive phase margin. And the condition for stability will be both gain margin and phase margin should be positive. Once we have completed the drawing of magnitude versus frequency as well as phase angle versus frequency plots, we have got to know that whether we have got gain margin positive as well as phase margin positive. But what are the values? If we try to measure over here, the distance from the minus 180 degree line till this particular point, where the vertical from gain crossover point has met the phase angle plot, this distance if we calculate, then we will get the phase margin as 84 degree. The gain crossover frequency that we found, it is 1 radian per second. Then this point, this is the point where phase angle plot is crossing over the minus 180 degree line. This is called phase crossover point, and along the x-axis, if you just drop it down, you will get the phase crossover frequency. And what we have got over here is phase crossover frequency is 34 radians per second. This point exists at 34 radians per second. Then if we extend this a vertical line from phase crossover point onto the magnitude plot, the point where it meets the magnitude plot till the 0 decibel line, this is what is the gain margin. This is found to be 36 decibels. From here till here, it is found to be 36 decibels. And since the gain margin is below 0 decibel line and phase margin is above minus 180 degree line, both of them are positive, so the system is going to be stable. That is what we have written over here. Gain crossover frequency, this one is 1 radian per second, and the phase margin is 84 degrees, this one. Then phase crossover frequency is 34 radians per second, and the respective gain margin will be 36 decibels. So, since both gain margin and phase margin are positive, system is stable. Now, the extended part of the question, what is the extended part of the question? If K is set such that the phase margin is 45 degree, now if K is set such that the phase margin is 45 degree, then new gain margin is how much? This is what is the extension of the question. Now, to solve this extension part of the question, there are two ways. One, if K is set such that PM is 45 degree, what we have got the phase margin in the existing problem is 84 degree. If K is set such that phase margin should be 45 degree, so this can happen in two ways. You can bring all the points on the phase angle plot. You can shift all the points on the phase angle plot downwards such that the phase margin you will get is 45 degree, which is rather a very tedious procedure. So, instead what we can do is we can shift this minus 180 degree line, because this is a straight line, this is a curve. Shifting a curve is always a daunting task. So, whereas shifting a straight line is very easy. So, minus 180 degree line is a straight line. So, we can shift minus 180 degree line itself above or below such that the phase margin we get will be 45 degree. So, since here the existing phase margin is 84 degree and the new gain phase margin that has been asked to be found, for which the gain margin is to be found out, is 45 degree, what we need to do is we will try to shift this minus 180 degree line above such that, above its existing position, such that the phase margin we get, it will be 45 degree. So, 84 degree is the existing phase margin. So, shift the minus 180 degree line above, upwards, such that we get phase margin to be 45 degrees. So, from here what you can say is 84 degree is the existing one. So, existing PM is 84 degree, new PM is 45 degree. So, shift minus 180 degree line upwards by 84 minus 45, 84 minus 45, so by 39 degrees, 39 degrees. So, just shift it above such that you get 45 degrees over here. So, what I can do is I can shift the minus 180 degree line upwards by 39 degrees. So, this entire thing is 45. So, if I just say, if I drop it, if I shift the minus 180 degree line over here, so it will be, see, from here till here 9, 18, 27, 36 and about 6 to 7 degrees over here, 45. So, the 39 degrees, if I shift it, then this remaining portion will measure 45 degrees of phase margin. So, the new phase margin, the minus 180 degree line, it will be the one what I have written over here. So, this is new minus 180 degree line. I hope this is visible, new minus 180 degree line. So, once I do that, then the existing phase margin, which was 45 degree, it comes down to 45 degree, new phase margin. New phase margin will be 45 degree. Now, once the new phase margin has been found, along new minus 180 degree line, obviously the point where the phase angle plot was crossing over the minus 180 degree line, that also shifts, because you have shifted the minus 180 degree line, because of which the new phase crossover point will be here. See, new phase crossover point will be here. So from there you draw the vertical onto the magnitude plot, the point where it intersects the magnitude plot till the 0 decibel line. This will be the new gain margin, and the new gain margin is found to be 24 decibels, right? If you just measure it from here till this, it will be 20, and till this point, a smaller division, 4 decibels, so it will be 24 decibels. So for that, the new phase crossover frequency is found to be, 13 radians per second. See here, if you just see, if you drop it down over here, you will find it, the new PCF, you will find it, okay. So new PCF will be 13 radians per second, and the new gain margin is found to be 24 decibels. This is what is the solution. See, extension part of the question was, if the K value is set such that the new phase margin will be 45 degree. So when the new phase margin is given to be 45 degree, the given problem had given us the phase margin of 84 degrees. So by 39 degrees, if we shift the minus 180 degree line upwards, then the phase margin that we get over there will be 45 degrees. This is what is the strategy. So we, instead of shifting the entire phase angle plot downwards, which is a curve which is very difficult, so we shifted the straight line minus 180 degree line itself upward by 39 degrees, so that we get the phase margin to be 45 degrees. Once we did that, obviously the point where the phase angle plot intersects the minus 180 degree line, that also shifts now. It was here earlier, now the new phase crossover point will be somewhere here. So obviously there the new phase crossover point will lead to new phase crossover frequency also, that we found to be 13 radians per second. Now from there you draw the vertical line upward to meet the phase angle magnitude plot. From that point till the 0 decibel line, what you get, that will be the new gain margin, and that is what we found it out to be, 24 decibels, this one. 24 decibels is the new gain margin. Thank you.